down? Welcome to episode 32, season 6, episode 4, 604 of the Reverberation podcast. With Donald Nelson on the Konfidence in the Klutch network. Click the bell for notifications on new content when I drop, wherever you listen, on YouTube, when you watch. New media energy up, y'all. I want to thank y'all for joining me again for what we do over here at Konfidence in the Klutch, man. I appreciate all the followers. Appreciate all my people across the world. Appreciate them down south, man. I got a heavy following down south, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Y'all ready? Let's roll. What we know so far. Emmett and Keisha. Emmett and Keisha have beefed over his involvement with Duda, and it's seeping into their relationship. Kev has moved out and understands the struggle for independence. You think? Duda takes Emmett shopping to look the part of a boss. Marcus and Tiara are an item now. Shad still wanting Tiara and is struggling to find a job. Rob gets a better deal from Duda than Q gave him. Trig's campaign ramped up with a viral moment at Smokey's. Keisha earns a job at a school, and Emmett buys Tiff a car, and Jake is selling merch now, and Papa likes a 19-year-old at work, and Kevin Maisha kiss, and Trig wins his councilman seat, and Duda kills a young boy in the lounge with Emmett present for chewing gum too motherfucking loud. Tracy wants to have some growth time by herself, but Duda shows up and things were the same. Episode 602. First day in, Trig gets a surprise. Jamal is out and in his office asking about Lene. Emmett and Keisha hash out growing pains in their relationship. Tiff gets introduced to Cairo, a dealer and grower. Dante's Connect questions her about why and hows of the business. Maisha gets approached to be an opening act at the show. Darnell talks to Emmett about trust and Duda. Tiff and Rob talking about growing their business and getting away from Duda. Emmett and Duda go looking at a crib on the west side. Duda talks about expanding and opening Smokies on the west side. Stanley talks with Papa and Bakari about following the word. Papa questions him about doing the same. Papa and Kenya find out they're both PKs to start to bond. Trig vows to help black men with their mental health and asks Lene if she wants to see Jamal, and she agrees. Cairo meets with Tiff and Rob and says he'll show them how to grow and run their own shit. M shows Keisha the house and she loves it, wants to be on the paperwork and wants Duda to know this is a loan. Kev shows up at Maisha's show and they talk about their situationship. Rob asks his mom for $50,000 to start up a business. She wants to know who killed her brother, his uncle. Then Rob asks for $100K. Episode 603. Emmett leaves the apartment and Tiff stops by to talk about old times. Keisha's getting things together for the housewarming party. Papa comes to Kenya's assistance at Smokey's. Keisha and them show growth from where their friends are. The housewarming scene is where new plots are unveiled, which led to mad more issues between two different parties. M and Keish, the stress of moving, a blended family, and Nuck and Keish. M and Duda, the gift of a gun. Keisha and Nina are moving too fast with them. Rob and Nuck over who killed Q. Keisha and Tiff over EJ calling RJ a bitch. M and Tiff over co-parenting. Darnell and Duda over the gun and the threat. Lene tells Bakari she doesn't want to be with a street nigga, but trusts he would be careful in the streets. Trig asks Fatima to move in with him, and she says yes. Darnell takes the gun, and M doesn't know where it's at, y'all. That's where we at. Current episode, season 6, episode 4, ReUp. Synopsis. Duda's life is complicated by ominous news from Rosalind. The strains of their busy lives wear on Emmett and Keisha. Tiff and Rob make strides with their business. Papa introduces Kenya to the crew. Maisha questions Gemma's dedication. Where we at right now, moments of the show. Opening scene, Duda is in the shower, smoking a cigar, catching some boss, and getting them some. Then Roz come in. The closing scene, Duda tells Nuck at church, handle it. Ending credit song, I don't know, it's a church song. I'm going to say Yolanda Adams. I tried to search on my Google little thing, and it wouldn't let me get the song. So I'm going to say Yolanda Adams. I don't know. Favorite moment of the show. I have two. The focus group with the brothers. I love that. This is needed more. Safe spaces like that. Where we can just talk. Everything doesn't have to be straight therapist. That's for real deep-rooted issues you're dealing with in your past. That's what you need a therapist for, to fix things from your past that's stopping your growth. You need a life coach to move you to the future. Especially with friends, this is needed more. You got a friend group of men that you can do this with, sisters you can do this with, it's all good. But, black community is pray to Jesus, and we don't talk about our issues and get them out. Second favorite moment of the show, Darnell telling Marcus at dinner, spoken like a true pimp. It was just the way it came in during the show, man. It was nice. It was nice. All right. Unbelievable moment of the show. Keisha wants M to cut ties with Doodle but complains about needing nanny and maids. GTFOH. I'm telling y'all, writers, please stop. I know it's over and done, but you are making Keisha just, I can't do it with Keisha, man. I really can't. I really can't. All right, it's about that time. Get into our reaction review takeaways from 604, just, you know what I'm saying, during the scenes and shit, what I got. I'm rerunning the first song. Y'all hear that in the intro anytime you hear me on YouTube. So for my podcast listeners, this is the first time you hear this. This Confidence in the Klutch Productions, baby. We in the lab. Let's get it. All right. Doodle was catching some boss in the steam room. That was dope. It's always dope to me to get some boss. That's the steam room. It was in the shower, the steam room, all that shit. Smoking his cigar. Man, I wish I had a seat in my damn shower where I could catch some boss. Yeah, for real. Straight up. Straight up. Yo, he told her, weed clouds your mind, and it does. I made a whole bunch of bad decisions when I used to smoke weed when I was younger. Man, especially going to the mall, buying all types of shit. 420 holiday. So it seemed like this is a weed-infused episode. And then dude, I said, fuck it, got that shit then. And Ra showed up saying she needs to talk. And the lady name is Bianca. All right. We get to the crib. Emma's at the crib cooking with Vic and Shy out there. He making weed wings and shit. He looking for his strap. Shy told him to hit the kill and chill out. You know, Shad is talking about life and how he wishes things were different. M talks about how shit looks good for him, but it's stressful as hell. And Trig talks the therapist route or create a safe space, but for the man to talk. This is what he talked to Fatima about things that he might want to do in his councilmanship. He said, yo, we got to be protectors, but who in the hell is going to protect us? That's a Trig quotable, baby. Quotable. Roz lets Duda know that Q was working with the feds. Damn. Remember I told y'all I think Jamal working for the feds, but Q working for the feds. Q did just pop up. They don't have enough on the mob, though. That's what she tells him. But Duda killed him, so he has to be alert. Roz tells him to chill with killing niggas for chewing gum too loud, motherfucker. Yo, shit. I like Roz, man. I forgot. I thought Roz took over the mayor shit when Duda left, but I guess not. I'm trying to understand what her, she coming in right now, her piece in it. We got to see where we got to see how much more important her shit is in this season. So we get to Tiff having mad gummies on the table for purchase, contacting different people. Darnell and Jana hitting the weed pipe. You know what I'm saying? He asking for just some regular weed. Dre is rolling up. Nina wants to know about some type of gummies. Fatima wants tincture and shit to put in drinks and shit. What I take for back pain, but I don't do the shit to get you high. Bakari is hitting the bong with Nuck. Back to Rob and Tiff. They smoking, talking about getting everything set up to run their own thing, man. It's the weed episode. Chop Shop, Duda shows up. Shad is there fixing some cars and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, when did he get employed there? But right then and there, Duda tells him there's more where that comes from. And then Duda look at Bakari sideways just off the whole shit with Stanley. So Nuck lets Duda know the gun client never showed up. Nuck asks Bakari if he knows anyone that can hold the guns down, and Bakari trying to show his worth to the organization. He's like, man, I got this shit. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it taken care of. We see Dre, who sees an old flame Monica at Rock. I said, uh-oh, these are problems, because the way Dre was looking at it, it wasn't like, why this bitch here? She's looking at it like, this bitch is here. You know what I mean? It's different. Different like a motherfucker. Marcus tells Gemma, you running out of money, player. Pimp, you running out of money, pimp, with this manager shit. Remember, you got to college, whatever. Otherwise, your ass going to college. If you going to make it with this shit, I'm cool with it, but you ain't making enough money, player. So she doesn't want to go to college. She believes it's a scam. And he said, quote, I'd rather be scammed than a daughter walking around with no money and no degree. Quotable Marcus, no motherfucking doubt. We don't want our kids to be taking all these damn risks and all that shit. Go get this education and have something to fall back on. That's what you get the education for. You get the education to have something to fall back on. It ain't to just get you knocked out the park, home run, paid. You know what I mean? Hopefully this could be a revenue stream to get you to what you need to do to get you paid. You know what I mean? Do something that a whole bunch of motherfuckers do and do it well. You feel me? Look at that Ann and shit. Fatima. is at something with her people. I don't know where the fuck they are, but they're at something. And her friends are challenging her life. Well, I thought they were their friends. And they judgmental about Trig and Fatima's relationship and thought Fatima wanted to start a family and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, well, we know the situation. So surrogacy is expensive and adoption, they can do either or. But we get into it. This is their mother and aunt. And if I'm looking right, they're all transgender. So that's very interesting. That's a very interesting, you know what I mean? Like you can figure it the fuck out. Monica gets approached by Monica. Well, Monica gets approached. Dre gets approached by Monica. Can we get some coffee? No, but no. They bitter with each other, going back and forth, talking this shit. It's Dre's ex-fiance. That's when we find that out. They still have a connection though, because the way that toxicity go, that's a connection. So she was coming at Dre hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like, Dre like, oh, should you marry? She like, yeah, I'm married now. Woo, woo, woo. And then Dre, I thought you had a type. Oh, the picture, though, yeah, I got grandkids and shit. Nigga, that ain't your type. Damn. You trying to say about Nina? Shit, motherfucker don't talk shit about my Nina now. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to shit on my Nina now, motherfucker. So no coffee it is, Dre. Get your ass up out of there. You know what's going on. To resist temptation, Stephen A. said on this podcast yesterday, to resist temptation, you have to stay the fuck away from it. Abso-fucking-loosely. If you don't want to be tempted by the shit that's going on, stay your ass away from whatever the fuck it is. So if it's the drink, the alcohol, the cupcakes, the soda, whatever it is, stay your ass, the women, and for the women, the men, stay your ass away from the temptation. Keisha's mad, washing dishes and shit, listening to some self-help shit. I'm telling y'all, taking notes is dope because I listen to things and take notes as well. The kids break some shit. EJ asked her and she cussed. Fuck. EJ asked her, I thought you said no cussing. So she gonna be getting challenged by little EJ, folks. Little EJ ain't playing with her. You know what I mean? And she just looked at him and shit. So M comes home and she wants to fly right out the door and shit, talking about how they need a nanny and a maid. Like, huh? A nanny and a maid? Damn. Nigga, you work a K-5 education job. Nigga, what you mean a nanny and a maid? We don't see the other two boys over there. We only see the two boys. We only see EJ and RJ. We don't see that. So stop that shit, Keisha. Freeze that shit. You don't want to be a stepmama. Everything a player came with, you knew that when you got with him. So if you tried and it don't work, just bow out gracefully because, you know, M tells her, I mean, this ain't the Fresh Prince of Chicago and shit like that. I don't need no more expensive. I don't need no more help from Duda because the shit he giving, I don't want that shit. And I can't really talk to you about it. You can't talk. You can't never say nothing and all that shit. And he's doing the best he can. She says his best could be better. Hold on. I'm not saying nothing. I work in the field of education. This motherfucker owns a business. So if he's able to buy his baby mama a car, buy you the house, he got assistance from the dope dealing cat, and you tripping, talking about he can do better? All right, Keisha. They're changing her character into antagonist, and I don't like it. I really don't, because I don't like her. I really don't like her now, how they changing that. But I guess they got to have somebody to hate on that motherfucker, because everybody know we ride with M. M made his mistakes. He grew up, matured. He married Tiff. He did a whole bunch of shit, man. He Smokies when he's working there. He trying to do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, M's doing the right thing, man. He trying to, you know, man, nah, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. So then we get to Maisha in the studio. Jimmy gets constructive criticism from some engineers and our producers. And like, okay, we're going to start this shit from the top. You're like, shit, your time is up. You need about another G for another 1,000 an hour. Whew. That's why if I stayed with my significant other, I would be taking my ass back to a technical college to get my engineering shit because it'll help me with all of this I'm doing now. The recording aspect of it. Yes, there's YouTube videos for this shit, but I want the teaching. I love the teaching. I love being in school and shit like that. So I want that shit. So I really, really, really know everything instead of just hanging around the studio and shit. But however you got to get it, right? But I just want all the shit to make this shit better, to make this shit sound better. You know what I mean? The audio engineering shit, as long as I can hear, I can do that shit for the rest of my life. But if they getting $1,000 to rent out of space, how much is that going to the engineers, right? That's the question I want to know, because I could be that motherfucker. Restart it? Okay, click. Oh, turn this up? Okay. All right, okay. You know what I mean? You do the work, get it done. So they think Maisha's all right, but they don't think she real. She's all right, but she's not real, right? So Gemma's coming at Maisha like she's the talent and shit, like she's the important one. Gemma hanging on the success of Maisha, so she ain't got to go to college. This shit is some bullshit. She doesn't care about making it Maisha like that. She doing her thing. This is her hobby and shit like that. Yeah, she need another song like a motherfucker though, but you ask a nigga that got a hot song trying to make a hot album. She like, I can go to college. That's always been my dream. So it's a conflict like a motherfucker between both of them. Maisha checked her ass. Good for Maisha. So Papa and Kenya bowling, and Papa comes behind her to help her score a strike. And Nita Baker come on. He talking about I requested and shit. Now Kenya's the character, got her little dance and shit like that and doing her thing. They kiss. No. I told y'all, don't do this shit. Don't do this shit. Why, when we are in control of shit, we write the shit, we shoot the shit, we act in the shit, why we gotta do the wrong thing? If she's 19 and he's 17, we are promoting this shit. We gotta stop calling it the R. Kelly shit. It's called statutory rape, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We can't be promoting statutory rape, G. Stop that shit. I told y'all don't do that shit. I told y'all. Fuck, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And y'all did the shit, man. That shit pissed me off, man. Damn. Man, that shit made me mad. Did it make y'all mad? Let me know in the comments, man. And it is that bad. Because we doing this shit. It's our show. Vic is in the office. Rob shows up, let him know Q was an FBI informant and shit. Let Vic know he's an accomplice to the murder. You know what I mean? Advises him, you stay the fuck quiet, nigga. You know what I mean? Man, this clown ass nigga was talking about all the details in the office though. Clown fool, why is you doing that in the office? You know your cameras, you know your phone is bugged with cameras and mics, clown ass nigga. You know, we gotta go outside. Clown ass nigga. Cairo takes Rob and Tiff to his weed farm, shows them everything and how this shit gets done and how it's gonna go and this is what you need and all that shit. He taught everybody that grow their own weed. You know what I'm saying? He talking about how people think seeds equal low quality, but when the plants get, you know what I mean, cross-pollinated and all this shit, this what happen when you get the seeds and the nursery. You got to have the nursery separate from the grow room and all that. That shit was dope. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This shit make me want to grip a mic holding this motherfucker sometime. Feel me? Like one of them mics with it's an invoice mic though, but you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. Sorry if y'all hear that shit in the background. That's me getting on the desk and shit. Let me scoot up a little bit in this bitch, man. Yeah. All right. So the young crew's all booed up and shit everywhere, right? They all booed up and shit, playing charade or some shit at Kev's spot. Maisha and Kev sit separately and shit. They talking about cheating. Kev, high ass, tell Maisha, I'll never cheat on you. Everybody look at dog like, what you talking about, fool? Papa tells Kev not to hand Kenya the vape pen and calls her his girl. So she tells him, I'm not your girl. She tried to open the window. They damn near like, you a lame bitch. Why you over here with us? She's like, I don't want to go home smelling like weed. I'm grown though. When I get grown, I can do what I want. All that stupid shit, right? So Maisha tells Jimmy, no, motherfucker, you need to be more focused. Kenya focus on what the fuck she got to do. So then, you know what I'm saying? Bakari wanted like, oh, that's sweatshirt dope. Oh yeah, I sell this shit. Woo, woo. And Bakari ain't got no paper like that. He like, man, my shit is, because he trying to save to get out of Stanley crib. Excuse me. So Gemma, like $50. Bakari like 25. Gemma like 35. Like, okay, we straight. So Papa, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? This was my issue. Was like, yo, you tripping, fam. You need to be doing that shit with our shit. But Papa's acting way more mature with Kenya. He like, nah. You know what I'm saying? No. He trying to say, I got me an older woman. I ain't with you clown ass niggas with this bullshit, man. Nut comes in with mad money, thinking about talking in Stanley's office, talking about do the offering and shit, right? Mad dough on the table. Stanley refuses, like to hold the money, wash the money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They need to wash the money in the church. Stanley was with it, you know what I'm saying? And Nut pull out the strap on his side, like, motherfucker, what you mean though? So, man, just crazy, man. This ain't gonna end well for Stanley ass, man. M takes the boys to rock with him. Darnell tells him right about the company you keep and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Your kids cannot be dumped on you. You talking about, yeah, Keisha dumped the kids on me. Like, no, motherfucker. You can't get your kids dumped on you. You can't watch your own kids type shit, motherfucker. Like, you got to figure it out. Darnell tells him he needs to be mindful of the company he keeps and shit, and with the gun and shit. He has no business having it. And if you need the gun, I'll get it back to you when you need it. Until then, I'm keeping the motherfucker. So Vic has all the men there to talk. He got Jamal, he got M, he got Shot, he got Marcus, he got Darnell, and Quincy as chief of staff. And he wants to find out how they all can support each other. This is a dope-ass concept. I believe in it. Vic feels isolated since he reached his goal. I can see that because he got people that want shit from him. Of course, now you got Roz coming in. You got the shit with everybody else always needing something from him because he's a politician. All they want is mad shit from the politician. What are they giving, though? Marcus talks about dating someone, and Jim is unhappy about it, and the woman brought him back to life like pre-being a single father and shit. So he wants to make sure they both can share love. Both can share love from him. You know what I'm saying? My woman wouldn't be pressing me about the shit my daughter need. You know what I mean? Like, she the wrong woman for me. Then you know my daughter is first over your ass. You know what I'm saying? You come in and fit in and we'll be fine, though. You know what I mean? I can't fuck with a needy ass woman. That shit wouldn't work for me. And then you got your daughter who like, nah, motherfucker, that's my daddy. Nigga, like, we don't need you over here. So you got to check her ass too about that shit. Like, you know, your daddy gonna have a woman, so you got to chill. As long as she ain't no bird, you gonna have to chill, baby. You know what I'm talking about? The problem be when the fake women come in your life and shit. That's worse than that. That shit right there, I'd rather have that problem than the fake women that come in and then turn their back on you and your kids. Been through that shit. That shit ain't fire. That shit ain't fire. M talks about how Keisha and Tiff can be best friends. They can figure it out. Dope. The man opened up. M and Darnell talk about their situation. Everyone talks about being this strong black man. How can I be something that I didn't see? M, quotable. We've seen a lot of strong black men in our community, though. We got to tap back into that. But M grew up in a different time than I did. In the 80s and shit, and 90s, I saw that. But M younger than me, so he didn't see that. I saw that. We had all that in the hood. M talks about the judgment he has, and he wishes it stops. Like, motherfucker, yeah, they think he a fuck up all the time. M been winning. Shah talks about how bugged it is to hear all the problems they got. He can't get a job, can't smoke weed in his woman's house, and he lusting after a woman he can't have. Like, them real ass issues. But Shah can't come in complaining, talking shit about other people's issues. Nigga, you there to listen. Like, your shit ain't harder than the other brothers. You know what I mean? It's situational, and that's what he got to understand. Jamal comes in and knows Lene is disappointed in him and he cannot go back to jail. And Darnell just said, man, we all got to stay away, as easy as it is, from the company we keep. To double back to Emmett, nigga. The company you keep, fam. You hear this shit? You got to chill. That was a dope-ass scene. I love that scene. That was my favorite scene of the show. Tiff and Keisha smoke. Tiff tells Keisha they're trying to get their own operation and cut ties with Duda. Keisha agrees. And I said, hold the fuck up, Keisha. You giving him all this shit knowing he's getting this shit from Duda. You know what I mean? All the shit he getting to do. But they got that Keisha dip over there again. Whatever that cheese dip is, that shit must be good because they had that shit 2 eps in a row. You know what I'm saying? For real. And Tiff tells her, don't be afraid to check his ass. Tiff, shut up. And they were told Keisha, you need to quit your job and sell this cheese dip. Where's she going to sell it at? Smokies? No. Jake and Jimmy see a rapper on social media in one of his shirts. Now, the rapper was saying some misogynistic shit, according to Gemma. I couldn't really understand this shit, what he was saying. And Jake was like, shit, misogynistic lyrics is what sell. I'm telling you, the most disrespectful shit, you see women rapping that shit. I had to lick my ass and suck my balls, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Women be saying all that like, damn. You know, he talking about you, but okay. So Gemma asks Jake, how they gonna make it if this is what sells? He said, shit, you better switch your shit up or fail, motherfucker. Shit. And that's all. Like this pile right here on YouTube. I got to do YouTube shorts. And nigga, like, you know what I mean? YouTube shorts about whatever. Like my favorite episode from The Shy, my favorite part of the show and shit, I got to do that. I got to make it a short. And Sandy's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, you know what I mean? You want to grow, you gotta glow, nigga. Shit. Shad and Deja go to Jada and Darnell's for dinner. I could have swore this shit was going to go quicker today, and it's not. Shit, motherfucker. Marcus and Tiara shows up. Tiara talking about, I'm a vegetarian. She knows how to move. Shad is a hater. Deja is as well. Darnell says he never sees Marcus with a woman, and Marcus says he like to live his shit private and do what he do on the low. Darnell says, spoken like a true pimp. Quotable. Shad's ass steps up and defends Tierra when Deja asks her what she does. Deja was at her ass too. Deja, she's a rich bitch like you are, as far as y'all got money. That's what women, I'm a rich bitch. So, or she's a city girl, motherfucker, that's what she do. So Darnell gives Shad an idea on some Mary May handyman shit. Talking about shit, we make like $300 a day and it's a start. He's like, nigga, we can put them to go do the shit and be a handyman. Like on call for motherfuckers. Like Mary Maids. Hey, you gotta start shit somewhere, Shad. So, Duda's talking about, with the new lady, talking about passing the shit down to someone, and you see the young boy they got that still in the car, like wet behind the ears, and he talking about Nuck, he loyal, but he not ruthless enough. And then we see Shy walk in, right? Moth to a flame, Duce on the table, Duda pour him a drink and shit. Like, Duda wants Shy to hide the guns for a fee. Shy, like, has nowhere to hide the motherfucking guns. Shit, he don't stay where he can hide them at. So he's out. Bakari is hell bent on finding someone to hide the guns, so, you know what I'm saying? Nuck, like, I could talk to him, like, Bakari, like, no, I got this shit. We see Tiff, we see Rob, we see Cairo is in Vic's office after that. They want to cut ties with, oh shit, that motherfucking ant is just crawling everywhere, motherfucker. They want to cut ties with Duda. Vic can't help them. He just got into office. So the bureaucracy of growing weed in neighborhoods as well, talking about motherfuckers, it's gonna take like 6 months, dog, to try to get this shit passed for y'all. Rob stays after Tiff walks out and shit and wants to talk to Vic alone, but Quincy gets on some motherfucker, just cause I ain't here don't mean you gonna get your weak ass shit signed. Like, damn, nigga, you can't talk to me like that, nigga. You can't talk to me like that, cuz. Who the fuck is you talking to? So Rob checks his ass, and Rob asks Vic if he liked his Uncle Q. Remember, Nuck told Rob that Tracy told Vic about some money he owed her and all this shit and try to blame that shit on Dog. So Tiff talks to Cairo about not waiting. You know what I'm saying? And Cairo lets her know it's a risk without that permit, baby. You can do it, but you got to talk to your man first. So, you know, Fatima moved into Vic's crib, so she at the crib. And Jake is selling merch out of the house. Plenty of motherfuckers there just hanging out. Like, I don't understand that shit, Jake. That's bad business. But a child walks in talking about, shit. This shit ain't funny. This went from a trap house to a tranny house. Young boy, quotable. Damn. So awkward ass scene any motherfucking ways. Too many motherfuckers in there and you got grown ass niggas sitting in the table amongst the chaos of kids. I just don't understand that shit, but Jake came out like, what's going on? And Fatima like, he's disrespectful as hell, Jake. Jake grabbed that nigga and put him out like, nigga, you can't respect who in my house, motherfucker. I don't want your business. I don't know. He like, that ain't my friend. That's a customer, nigga, and all that shit. He grabbed that nigga up out of his crib. Jake showed him, proved, and came back in and said, anybody got a motherfucking problem with whoever up in this bitch, y'all can leave. I don't need y'all business. Nuck drops off money to M the Hoe. Shout out to Jake. So my thing is, what's the big deal, M? Put it in a fucking safe. When you're a business owner, when you're a homeowner, you need a safe anyway for fucking documents. I got multiple safes here. You need a safe for documents, valuables, money, guns. You know what I mean? Get you one, M. Get you one, M. That's it, dog. It ain't even got to be that much of a problem. Final scene, Duda and Nuck is in church with Stanley preaching straight to Duda about we got to get this lion out this motherfucking prairie because he's playing on us and it's going to be a problem. Duda tells Nuck to take care of him, and walk out to church. So Stanley has made a choice. He might lose his life over not taking that little bit of paper, man. I don't know what the fuck is up. But Stanley on his religion shit, we're going to see if they let Stanley get killed, though. All right. What I predicted. Dude was in a sauna steam room, and a woman says 420 to come around once a year, get into the spirit, Dude hit that shit, whatever. Bosses can't use drugs. He took the one little shotgun or whatever, right? Cairo is with Tiff and Rob and tells them they'll be taking a risk. The risk was starting their business without a permit. Then we see a splice scene where Rob and Tiff go to Cairo's hydro farm. Yes. Tiff says she'd rather take a risk than working for a killer. Yep. Talking about working for Duda. Keisha tells them they need a nanny and EJ looking on. She's a problem. M creating a problem with this rich bitch shit. He gotta separate from her sooner than later. Then making her an evil person on the show. Stanley asks, what would you do if a lion prowls your village? Nuck is in the office with money. That's a splice scene. We know Nuck tried to give him the money. Stanley said no. He'll take his chances and all that shit. So we know what's gonna happen with that. Duda walks by Roz in the crib. Duda throws Shy some money, and because he helped him out one day at the shop. And Nut gives M a bag with guns. We thought it was M a bag. That was Shy. Nut gave M the bag with the money. So that's what it is. Next episode, predictions. Watching the trailer, Papa asked Kenya to go to prom with him. No, she's an adult, G. She can't go. M buys Kev a suit for prom, and he was talking about some shit like, no, these gaming people that I'm working with going to buy the suit. You ain't even got to hold me down. Keisha tells M, I'm not sitting at home while he's out here living his best life. Bye, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. We are done with her. We are done with her. Sorry, they're making her very indigestible to like. We loved Keisha, man. No, they need to stop. Bakari takes the guns to Shad and gives them dough. He better not do it. He better not do it, Shad. We see the prom send-off and prom, the kids kicking it, and Bakari get pulled over. Was it before you took the guns to Shad or after, man? All right, y'all, we about this bitch. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I did a better job today, not with all that damn extra breaking this shit down, film. You know what I mean? As always, let me know in the comments. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me, man. And we coming back next week. We halfway through the season. We see everything that's going on. It's some shit. It's going to be some bloodshed. I can see one of these characters dying with the first part of this season, and then I can see them down there possibly ending this, and this being the final season of The Chi with the last 8 episodes after the writer and actor strike. But I could see them saying, fuck it, we going 7 seasons, and that'll be the final season. But I could think a motherfucker need to know it's the final season. Don't just cancel the shit. So I would love to see it that way. But the double up 16 episodes for this season is kind of alarming to me, so we got to wait and see. But halfway through, let me know what y'all think, man. I think it's going the right way. I think it's enough storylines and beefs that you can have the happy side and the dark side. We finna get into some dark shit because Duda ain't playing. And we got to see how much information Q gave to the feds about the shit. And we got to see how all this shit can get recoded. If I make one thing, it's RICO shit. Because Duda got his hands in so much shit. And if it does get to that point where somebody slip the fuck up and get caught up, like Bakari could be getting caught up, the RICO gonna involve Trig, Duda, shit, Rob, motherfucking M, everybody, you know what I mean? And that whole, everybody go down. So, know what y'all think about that statement in the comments, man. Get your confidence together, get your clutch together, support your own, right? Listen to and follow the network on various platforms. Search Confidence in the Klutch, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Click the bell for notification of new content when I drop. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on X and Instagram at K&K. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Weekly. Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, Deezus, DZD, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Don Rilla. Host the Chi Reverberation podcast, a Confidence in the Klutch podcast about the hit TV series, The Chi. Have a safe and healthy night if you listen during the daytime. Create a great day on purpose, y'all. Be safe out here in these streets, man. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the Klutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the Klutch.
Confidence.